Korea announces lowering of tariffs as part of new U.S. trade deal. Published by BBC. The U.S. and South Korea have reached a broad trade deal, both countries have said following talks between their leaders. South Korea's presidential aide, Kim Yong-beom, said the two sides will reduce reciprocal tariffs from 25% to 15%, as was agreed earlier this year. South Korea will also invest $350 billion in the U.S., including $200 billion in cash investment and $150 billion in shipbuilding, Kim said. U.S. President Donald Trump, who is currently on a week-long trip in Asia, said the deal was pretty much finalized at a dinner following the discussions, which lasted almost 2 hours. He did not give further details. "We had a tremendous meeting today with South Korea," Trump said of his discussions with South Korean President Lee Jae-myung, adding that a lot was determined. "We discussed some other things to do with national security, etc. And I think we came to a conclusion on a lot of very important items." Both sides had played down the prospect of a breakthrough ahead of Wednesday's talks, disappointing many in South Korea's electronics, chip and auto industries, which had been hoping for some clarity amidst the tariff chaos. Trump had slapped a tariff rate on Seoul of 25% earlier this year, which Lee managed to negotiate down to 15%, after Seoul said it would invest $350 billion in the U.S. and buy $100 billion worth of liquefied natural gas. But the White House later increased its demands as part of the trade talks, with Trump pushing for cash investments in the U.S. Both countries have historically been key allies, but tensions spiked after hundreds of South Koreans were detained in an immigration raid in the U.S. last month. Caught in the middle, South Korea hosts rival superpowers. Trump will next meet his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping on Thursday on the sidelines of a summit of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, APEC, which is taking place in Gyeongju. China's foreign ministry has confirmed the meeting, which will take place in the city of Busan on Thursday, a short flight away from Gyeongju. The U.S. president said on Wednesday that he was looking forward to the meeting. "We've been talking a lot over the last month, and I think we're going to have something that's going to be very, very satisfactory to China and to us." This will be the two leaders' first face-to-face meeting since Trump assumed office in 2025 and imposed tariffs on every country in the world. Addressing a group of CEOs in Gyeongju on Wednesday, Trump said that he believes the U.S. is going to have a deal with China and it will be a good deal for both. He also praised the APEC countries for making the global trading system, which he said had been broken and in urgent need of reform, fairer. "Economic security is national security," Trump says. "That's for South Korea, that's for any country." Golden crowns and grand orders. Ahead of Wednesday's talks with President Lee, Trump had been greeted by an honor guard and gifts that included a golden crown. "I'd like to wear it right now," Trump had said of the crown. He also received the Grand Order of Mugunghwa, South Korea's highest decoration. He's the first U.S. president to receive the award, which was given in recognition of his contribution to peace on the Korean Peninsula, the South Korean Presidential Office said. Both leaders took part in a working lunch, which was followed by a private meeting in the afternoon. Trump's arrival in South Korea had been preceded by North Korea test-firing surface-to-air cruise missiles. The U.S. president had expressed interest in meeting North Korean leader Kim Jong-un but noted on Wednesday that his team had been unable to arrange this during his trip. Noting the long-standing tensions between North and South Korea, Trump said, "We will see what we can do to get that all straightened out." And outside the summit venue where both leaders were meeting, a small anti-Trump group of protesters gathered on Wednesday afternoon, with some shouting anti-Trump slogans. Police could be seen forcibly dispersing the crowd and arresting some people. However, hundreds more attended a pro-Trump rally, including those who shouted anti-Chinese rhetoric, that also took place close to the summit venue. Anti-Chinese sentiment in South Korea has also grown steadily in recent years. Chinese interference became a common trope in conspiracy theories about former South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol. During his trip to Japan on Tuesday, the U.S. president signed an agreement on rare earth minerals with Tokyo, as well as a document heralding a new, golden age, of U.S.-Japan relations. This reiterated the commitment of the two countries to implement deals struck earlier, including the 15% tariff deal negotiated earlier this year. Prior to that, he attended a gathering of Southeast Asian leaders, known as ASEAN, in Malaysia. There he presided over a peace deal between Thailand and Cambodia, whose long-standing border dispute erupted into open conflict in July.